Hello and welcome to the Classic Pianos Portland YouTube channel. My name's Fred Riley and I'm with Classic Pianos. Today we are in the premium handcrafted European gallery. This gallery has some of the finest pianos ever made in the world. The piano I want to focus on today is a new arrival from Vienna, Austria. This piano was ordered at the trade show back in January, and my business partner, Taylor U.S, just fell in love with the new model 170 VC Bosendorfer. So it just landed in the last week or so. We are going to work on another video with Sophie in the next week, really demonstrating the capabilities of this instrument. So we couldn't be more honored to have one of the first model 170 VCs in the United States and North America. The VC started in 2011 with the 280 VC concert, and it was a game changer that changed the concert stages all throughout the world. It's become the most popular concert grand piano in the last decade. A couple years after that, a 7-foot version came out, the 214 VC, and then maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, the 185 6-foot 1 VC came out. This is the fourth in the VC line. This is a model 170, and it's a 5'7" piano in size. It has the actual very finest European Renner action, the finest parts. The wood from this piano is seasoned from beginning to end in the forest from when it's first harvested, a 6-year process from beginning to end. The wet cast plate is actually kept outside for 6 months in the elements for it to strengthen and harden. So it's a 6-month casting process just for the plate. This has an open pin block, so it gives the pins a lot more torque, and they're easier to fine tune. What also helps with the fine tuning is this instrument has individually tied strings, so each pin has its own string. This is the sign of the very, very, very top echelon of all of the piano world. Most pianos have a loop string which share the same pin commonly even between notes, so if one gives, another takes, so they're never really quite perfect. The only way to actually have complete perfection is the way Bösendorfer does the individual tied string. In their bass strings, they use actually 2 layers of copper over a steel core. They create their own finest hand-tied strings to give a really beautiful, sonorous bass tone. The instrument has an absolutely gorgeous inner rim. One of the big differences in the VC versus the previous models, like the CS models and even the standards, is the VC now has an extra bridge called duplex scaling, which has given it a little bit more tonal color. Also, I'd say the biggest game changer in the VC is Bosendorfer was always a kind of a chamber piano, with a beautiful voice for a smaller arena. Matter of fact, I was reading that Ludwig Bosendorfer actually had sketches of this model, the 170, for the kind of the palace rooms in Vienna, and it was kind of made for intimate settings. So what's different now with the Vienna concert series is Bosendorfer always had a completely spruce rim, which was a connection of the soundboard. So the soundboard creates an energy when the string is struck, and it drives the energy of the string through the bridge into the soundboard, and the soundboard waves like this. Traditional Bosendorfers have a spruce rim, which is a connection of the soundboard. So the energy kind of flows out of the rim like one continual soundboard, and that is more like a violin or a viola. The approach is more like a stringed instrument. where the VC model is now a combination. it has hardwood mixed in with the spruce to give an effect, so it actually compresses back into the piano. So some of the energy goes like this, it hits the rim and it comes back in to give a more powerful, more bigger, aggressive tone. So that's what the world has actually fallen in love with the VC is. It's kind of a more hot rodded up Bosendorfer. So we couldn't be happier to have this instrument. We're planning to do a major Bosendorfer tour video in the next coming weeks. We are actually going to have almost every single model, ranging from the model 280 VC, 214 VC. We even have a 214 VC with a Discoveer player piano system. We have a 200 CS. We have a 185 VC, a 170 VC, and we're actually going to have a Bösendorfer upright model 130. So we're going to line up every one of these pianos in a long line. We're going to have to rearrange our showroom to accommodate the line of these pianos, and we're going to have a pianist go down the line playing a piece on each piano. So it's going to be a project, but I'm very excited about it. And we're waiting for, actually I forgot a piano that was in that mix. We're waiting for a model 225 that's going to be one down from the 280 VC, in between the 280 VC and the 214 VC. So we're waiting for the 225 and the 130 upright. So they're going to be into this whole line of these instruments from top to bottom. So we couldn't be more excited. Please keep an eye out for that video. Subscribe our station. It'll inform you when we do create a video. Like our videos. It gives us motivation to continue to make videos. If you have any questions, you can call myself or my business partner, Taylor Eunice. My personal cell phone is 541-255-8717. My email is pianofriend@gmail.com. Please give us a call. Let us know if you have any questions, if you want any videos on a specific serial number, specific model, or any question you might have. If you want to create a virtual tour video, if you'd like to come in and make a selection, or we can even do a FaceTime conference as well. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Classic Pianos Portland YouTube channel.